behold, Aharon wields Bolsta.
I'm honored to follow the great David Gans. That sounded beautiful. Um, the rhythm, I was inspired. There was a rhythm that I felt like I wish we were in the same room because I was feeling like this rhythm would have gone really well with that song. It was a so tonight. Tonight I am back in the Bay Area for the first time in since we moved away 2 years ago. What I mean is, actually, we've been here for a couple nights, but this is the first time that I'm actually performing. It's kind of funny because last month I was on the front porch of a different
That's
for a
right.
different reason. I I couldn't actually couldn't get into the building. This time it's because my kids are going to sleep inside, and it's like it's just this is better. The timing was just like just perfect to like mess up bedtime if I wasn't careful. So um, I'm back in Oakland, even if briefly, and I know I have little time. I don't want to take any time away from my friend the genie.
He canceled.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you have plenty of time.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. His car got blocked. He said, and he couldn't get to his streaming place.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, yeah, it's down in what did he say, Miami or something?
Oh yeah, well, so there you go. Yeah, this is we've all learned how to do this from the road. I mean, it used to be, in person, but now we're actually figuring out how to stream from the road. Oh, there goes the light. Hold on. Oh,
I love it.
there we go. I think that
Get
gives
your neighbor to like stand by you and wave their arms.
I think that
Ocean lights suck.
I think that gives me 10 minutes. I
Yeah.
might have to do that again in a couple minutes.
Okay, so you gotta play under 10-minute songs.
You know, why don't you just tell me when's good, John? Because maybe it would be perfect. I can give you as long as you want. I've got like 7 instruments here, but um, it might be nice for you to like round out the night. I don't know if you're planning to do that. I certainly don't have Genie's whole, magical universe that he does. So uh, um, I usually do. I usually have my looper and everything, but not tonight. So what?
Amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have a drum and you wanna yeah, what I thought I'd do tonight is mix up some user-friendly rhythms. So if people wanted to try to learn a couple things, you could jump in, um, and no pressure. So everything I'm doing tonight is dedicated to a peace in the world, and that everybody in the world wherever they are has a sense of safety and well-being, um, for themselves and their families. And um, with that, I thought I would start out with a little rhythm thing. So I'm a drummer. My main thing is as a gigging drummer. And then later on, I expanded into playing music, melodies, and songs. I'm not really a songster, and I know this is mostly a platform for people to share their songs. So I always kind of bring in a different um, approach that is coming from being a band member who then came to melody and everything a little later. I mean, I've always loved it. So I thought I'd share this. This is So let's see. I'm going to give you the simple version first, which is let me tell me how this sounds. Is that too loud?
No, it's good.
It's okay. All right. So here I'm going to do a little improvisation, and what it's going to end up, the rhythm that it's going to end up being is I can hear the Bart in the background. Is It's called the Mozambique, and it's the rhythm that if you ever heard of Steve Gadd, he's a drummer who he's one of the best drummers in the world who's still alive today.
He's from Rochester.
Oh, see, there you go. I'm not surprised. I'm
Yeah,
not
he's from
surprised.
where I'm from.
That's awesome.
It's funny.
Well, this is a rhythm that he played with. He played with Paul Simon a lot, and many others, including his own projects. And so this is a famous rhythm. It's called the Mozambique, and so I'll talk about it after I do it. So I'm going to lead up to it, and if you have a drum, feel free to drum along. I'm going to start simple, and then I'll get a little more complicated. So here we go. Salam. Salam alaikum.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. If you want to try this, anybody who has drum with you, with one hand, at first you're just gonna keep a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So usually, if you're a right-handed dominant, then the left hand is gonna play the simple part. Now at first, the simple part is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The right hand is playing a clave part. I'm just going to show you the first half of the clave part, and you can try that. Okay. So. So with the non-dominant hand, my left hand, I'll play the drum. So your right hand is going da 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 da. Okay, we'll try it a little faster. So the fun thing is you can reverse the parts just by changing which hand is playing on the drum and which hand is playing on the rhythm. So you probably were hearing that while I was playing. So that's the first half. The second half, if you're keeping the same beat, the second half is the right hand is going to start after the one, and so this is the most challenging part of the syncopation. Is 1, 2. I'll do it one more time. 1, 2. In and of itself, that's a fun groove, right? Now, a little faster. So now I'll play the whole pattern slower. If you're playing along, you can try it with me slower. The thing is, the whole trick is, which I didn't tell you yet, is that the left hand actually doesn't just keep a steady beat. That it plays a different pattern. It plays a 3-3-2, which sounds like this. And it's usually on 2 or 3 different drums. By the way, this is a junjun. It's a very small junjun. I wanted to play it tonight because I wanted to also dedicate this night to my musician friends from the Bay Area who have also moved away. I have a lot of friends that I came up in my career playing with in the Bay Area that have moved to other places because it's hard to afford to live here. And so now that I'm coming back, a lot of them moved after I left, and I just wanted to name a couple of them and dedicate this music to them. So this piece is dedicated to Tracy Tracy Welsh, and he moved to Philadelphia for family reasons and family and economic reasons. And he, I got these junjun from him. So here we go. I'm gonna play the simple version, and then if you want, you can try to do the full version. So it sounds like this. Now, um, when with my left hand, instead of just playing it, which you might recognize if you listen to reggaeton, a lot of different rhythm, a lot of different cultural or genres use this rhythm. But I'm going to go. So I'm changing the tone. Now if I change, I can play more open. So what I like to do, it's a rhythm probably from Mozambique, which is in Eastern Africa, in the south towards South Africa. Mozambique is one of the countries that was colonized by the Portuguese, so the colonial language is Portuguese. There's 4 countries in Africa where Portuguese is the colonial language. Mozambique is one of the largest ones. So, what I'm doing is I'm starting the pattern on the rim. Now, if you hear Steve Gadd play it on the drum set, he'll do it on the ride cymbal. He'll play it all over the place, but eventually he plays it on the ride cymbal, and then this pattern is on 3 different toms. But what I'm going to do right now, since I just have this, is I'm gonna switch halfway in the rhythm, so you have this. So I ended there with a T high, and now I'm going to move on to. I'm going to dedicate this to a friend of mine. Are you all with me? I can't hear anything, so. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're here.
All right, I thought so. Oh man, this got stuck. I hope this doesn't. Wow, I've never seen this happen. Give me a sec. Wow. All right, let's test these out. Let's see if they survive that. I've never seen them get entangled. Can you hear that? Okay. And then this one. Okay. I'll just do one more thing and then pass it over to you. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, maybe I'll just do like 2 more songs or something.
Okay, cool. I've only been to India one time. I study classical Indian music, but the only time I've been there was in 2000. Oh, it was in '07, and a bandmate of mine that we actually played other music. We played klezmer music together in a band called Kugelplex. He and I, by coincidence, planned to go at the same time. We didn't plan it, but I literally arrived the same day. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Okay, here we go. In the dark. Doom kataka doom 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 doom kataka doom. So I'm gonna play the Mozambique Rhythm. This is a South Indian morsing. Here's the funny thing. When I went with him, let me rephrase that. We met in Delhi. We both separately got ourselves to Kerala, which is a long way from Delhi. Delhi's in the north. We went all the way to Kerala in the south. And from there we went to Thiruvananthapuram. We took a train. The British call it Trivandrum. But if you want to say it correctly in Malayalam, it's Thiruvananthapuram. Everybody try it. Ready? I'll say it slowly. Thiruvananthapuram. 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 Now in India they go Thiruvananthapuram. Thiruvananthapuram.
Tiruvananthapuram.
There you go. Ooh, nice. Like I'm no expert here, okay? But so we went to a music shop. And I have a friend, my friend Evan Fraser, who also, he moved us out of the Bay Area, but not far. I needed to get a bunch of these for him because he's an amazing jaw harp player. So these are called the morsing. I always say sing more is a way to remember it. If you want to sing more, play the morsing. Okay? It's the South Indian Carnatic jaw harp, and it's a very important instrument. They consider it a percussion instrument because they play it in an ensemble with percussionists and vocalists, not usually other instruments. I mean, it can be anything really, but that's why it's so loud. So Jason and I were in. This is Jason Ditzian I'm talking about. He's a clarinetist with whom I played in many bands, probably 5 different bands. We opened for Les Claypool at the Fillmore. We played at the Great American Music Hall. We played concerts in India. We played concerts, I don't know. We probably played 100 weddings together. So, but he moved. They had to move. They decided to move to the East Coast. They had a kid. They couldn't afford to live here anymore. So he was one of the great musicians that the Bay Area lost when he left. And that was a few years ago. So I miss him. And when we were there in Thiruvananthapuram, we found a music shop that had everything we needed. We found the bansuri, which are the bamboo flutes that I play. And that was really the beginning of me playing that instrument seriously. At the time, I did not play this instrument. I didn't know a thing about it. I didn't know anything about playing this instrument. But I bought them for Evan, and I bought a whole set because they were only $3 each, as opposed to $30 here or something. So, he said, you know what? Why don't you keep? When I got back, it took 6 months for them when they got shipped. And I finally got them, and I gave them to Evan. He said, you know, why don't you keep one? And a couple years later, I got a gig where I needed to know how to play it for a theater show. So I took a lesson, and here we are, right? So I'm going to play the same rhythm now using the morsing, but when I breathe out or when I keep my breath neutral, that's the main bell pattern, the dot, 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 dot. And then I'll also emphasize the other parts by breathing in. So it sounds like this. Okay. Um, okay, so I feel like I want to leave you with one more thing, and then maybe I'll pass it to John. Yeah. So try to wrap your mind around this. Um, a chamber choir here in Southern Oregon asked me to play with them, and they're playing. This just happened a couple weeks ago. They're playing a classical piece for 40 singers, a chamber music choir, chamber choir. 40 singers, all parts. The composer is a Lithuanian composer who has written a part, or he has added the jaw harp is part of it. So it's all singers and then one jaw harp. I had one chance to practice with them because of scheduling. So here's the trick. The part wasn't written out. I had to improvise what I'm playing. All I knew is what the meter was. And depending on how you want to write it in Western music, it was basically 3-3, it's 3-4, 5-8. 3-4, 3-4, 3-4, 5-8. 3-4, 3-4, 3-4, 5-8. Which basically means 17-8. And I had to do that in unison with one of the singers with only one rehearsal. And of course we pulled it off, beautifully. But I get to the venue, everybody's wearing tuxedos, and I'm wearing a nice suit, but because I was the guest, I didn't have to wear a tuxedo. But this is what it sounded like. It sounds a lot better with the singer, trust me. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you. Thank you for everybody who presented something today, and it's always a pleasure. It's nice to be back in the Bay Area for a little bit. And next time, I will deliver on my promise of a raging drum solo on the drum set. But not too loud. I promise it won't be too loud.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was awesome. Very interesting.
Thank you.